Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Mari's Golden Hour. Thank you so much for joining me. It has been a minute since I have recorded a podcast, and I do apologize for being a bit missing in action, as it were. I don't want to say that they're excuses. I would say that they are reasons why I didn't. First and foremost, I have been busy and tied up. I was also going through a few down periods and did not want to have and hold that negativity and somehow transfer that to anybody else. Not when I can definitely help that. And also I was experiencing a lot of fatigue, and also first and foremost, it was mainly the depression and just feeling really down and not wanting that to be shared or conveyed over the waves of air or the interwebs. But I also was going through a period of, not much is going on, and I really don't have anything to say. And interesting things would pop up, and like here and there would be like little things like, ooh, I would like to share this with people. But it wasn't enough to make a whole recording out of it, if that makes any sense. It basically would have amounted to 30 seconds of me sharing information, maybe 2 minutes. Although, funny enough, I've almost gone through 2 minutes of just explaining why I haven't recorded, so go figure. So, I do apologize, and thank you for sticking with me, and I know that I don't have billions and billions of people listening, and nobody might not even listen to this at all whatsoever, but you know what? I am still going to do it, and I'm still going to record it. And here we go. So, I do have some things to share. I will be speaking fast just because I want to rock and roll through this and just get it out to you and not wimp out and get tired or winded and I'll record it another time. So here we go. I hinted as much in a video that I put up on my YouTube channel, which is Mari's Golden Hour, and pretty much stating that new things are on the horizon and new starts. And part of that is a job that I currently have that is going to be ending in a couple weeks. So there's that new beginning. You know, when you leave one place, something else will open, or at least that's the hope. So, but with that, because my schedule will change, I'll have a chance to get back to focusing on myself, which I've let a lot of things go. And so that includes me getting back on many horses, not just one. And there's something new that I want to start. And I think I actually might do a video log of that, and I know that that's nothing new, but I feel like if I do it, I will stick to it, so stay tuned for that. I think I'm just going to get back into, a lot of the routines that I was into before, just to kind of put myself back on track, because I feel like many things are out of whack. There was a doctor I remember seeing in my teens, and I remember going into him, and I was so surprised that to find this doctor, because he was so close to home, because anything that was close to home or at home, it really wasn't much, or not, I don't want to say much, but it's it just wasn't, depending upon what it was, you felt like you weren't getting the proper quality of whatever it was. So I was very surprised to stumble across this doctor that was just awesome. And he spoke plain, and he made sense, and he didn't try to upsell you on things or drug you up because he was in cahoots with a pharmaceutical company. But anyway, I remember him saying that to think of ourselves as a three-legged stool. And if one of those legs is broken, you need to do something to fix it, because all three legs need to be even. And I believe he described each three of the legs is, one leg is the mind, one leg is the body, and the third leg is the spirit. So if any of those are out of whack in any way, you need to do something to unwackify it. And that is part of what is going to go down starting next week. I was going to try to start it this week, but I just could not get it going. So, but anyway, I'm determined to make next week. That is it. So, what do I want to share? Okay, so at this point on out, it's going to be a combination of articles and videos that I checked out. Now, this one, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before. If not, I apologize, because this is well worth it. This is a YouTube video that I saw last month, 2 months ago. The title of it is "This Aerobic Video Wins Everything." And if you just type that in, you'll see what I'm talking about. It is 3 minutes and 42 seconds of, like, wow. Just, like, high energy, wow. Just a lot of high octane, highly cooked up, wow. And basically, I couldn't look away from it. I I thought I was going to stop it at, like, a few seconds in, 10 seconds in, because I knew, like, what was going to go down. But I just couldn't stop watching it. And I think you'll feel the same way. Let's see. Oh, a movie. I caught just a little bit of it. And I think it was towards the beginning of the movie, or maybe getting close to the middle of it. And I saw maybe, like 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes of this movie. But it's called "On a Clear Day, You Can See Forever." And I recall the title, but I didn't know who was in it. And it turns out it's a Barbra Streisand film. And it seemed very trippy and visually beautiful. And it's directed by Vincent Minnelli, who I believe is Liza's father. I think that's right. And the husband of course, oh my gosh, why can't I remember her name? Dorothy, Wizard of Oz. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I forgot her name. But you know what I'm talking about, her husband. But Liza Minnelli's dad. Who else is in it? Bob Newhart and Jack Nicholson. So I plan on circling back to that movie and actually watching it from the beginning to see if it either gets better, which I'd like to think that it does. The one part that I saw had a very beautiful tune that it was, of course, sung by Barbra Streisand. Just gorgeous. Let's see. Oh, I read, I think it was a couple weeks ago, there was an article talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z are working, or they're actually in and working with Tiffany & Co. on their latest campaign, or their upcoming campaign, which I think it will begin, I don't know why I have March on the brain. I don't know if that's when they plan on launching it, and they're giving like sneak peeks right now. But I know that in their print campaign, there is also a Basquiat painting that was donated, or I don't know if it was donated, sold, given by a private collector. It was from somebody's private collection, and so they decided to gift the Tiffany & Company with that artwork, and it is like a rare painting, apparently. Also done in that robin's egg blue. And so when they're done with the print campaign, which it looks like all the images that were taken of, I say all, but I think I only saw 2, maybe 3. They have the painting featured in the whatever photo is being taken, and that artwork will ultimately be mounted in their flagship store. So the campaign is to kind of reintroduce Tiffany & Company to another generation, a younger generation, just kind of put a fresh coat of paint on the Tiffany brand, if you will. And Beyonce is wearing the Tiffany diamond. And if you're not familiar with the Tiffany diamond, I would say Google and put the in like capital letters, just so Google kind of knows, or the algorithm is aware of what you are looking for. But if you just put in the Tiffany diamond, even if you don't put the in all caps, it should pop up and you'll see images of it. It is gorgeous, but it only 4 people, I believe including Beyonce, have ever worn this necklace, and the other one being Audrey Hepburn. And there was like 2 other women. One was like when they first created this necklace, who I don't know if it's the wife of the jeweler or the wife of the owner. She had some ranking, but she wore it, and I think Audrey Hepburn, and then one other woman, and Beyonce, and that's it. So, and then when Audrey Hepburn wore it, this was around the Breakfast at Tiffany time. Let's see, what else? Been re-listening to 9 Inch Nails. I am still making new discoveries with 9 Inch Nails music, because Trent Reznor is a genius, and he, even his collaborations that he does with other people, it elevates their music whenever they are with him. So, and also I was thinking that 9 Inch Nails was actually, that was one of my answers in something I was involved with that did appear on television. So, what else? There was a TED Talk I came about. The title of it is "Why Aren't There More Native American Restaurants?" And the TED Talk speaker, his name is Sean Sherman. Very interesting, so check that out. Couple other movies that I saw. One, I actually caught it like halfway through, quarter of the way through, and it's a documentary called After Porn Ends. It's actually rather interesting. And the other one's called The Perfect Vagina. And don't worry, I wasn't like going down some rabbit hole of like, ooh, let's look at all things sexual. It's just, these are all random. But The Perfect Vagina was actually very interesting to watch. Let's see, a YouTube video. Well, there's a bunch of those, but the one I saw recently that just like, I enjoyed it. It's called When the Doom Music Kicks In. And the person that posted it is Grand Majima, Majima. That one's on YouTube. So if you look that up, enjoy, and you're welcome. Halloween is coming up, and I randomly came across, it's one of those Halloween drive-thrus, or at least it's an article or review about it. And there's like a bunch of drive-thrus that I either saw or heard about last year. And actually there's one place near where I live that pretty much has a drive-thru, or had a drive-thru, for every holiday that came up. Every holiday. But anyway, this one is called Freeforms Halloween Road, and it'll be held in Heritage Square, which is in Montecito Heights. And you can go to timeout.com to get your tickets. And from what I heard, I think tickets go on sale September 1st, and tickets sold out real quick. So if you are in the Southern California area and are interested in that, please check that out ASAP. I saw photos of a review that they did last year, and it looks really cool. So I think this year they're going to try to do not only drive-through, but like walk-throughs and walk-ups, and, you know, to make it be just more than just a drive-through. Let's see. There is a wine bar opening up in Englewood that is black owned, owned by black females actually, and they are, it's a wine bar not only selling just wines from around the world, but also a lot of black owned winemakers are being featured as well, and it's called 1010 Wine and Events, and it is located in Inglewood, so check that out if you're in that area. And here we go. I have a bunch of music that came across my path during the past month, and I'm just going to quickly rattle some of that stuff off. So, The Last Artful Dodger, and Dodger is spelled Dodgr. The song is called Lightwork. Very cool. It happened to pop up in a commercial, and it was one of those YouTube commercials. And at first, I think if I had been near the device, I would have changed it. Or at least, no, I don't want to. No, I wouldn't have, because the beat was too strong. But the video looks cool, and the music is even better. And I liked it so much that I looked the artist up and was able to go to their webpage, or not their webpage, but their YouTube channel, and play the music. And it's very cool. The other new artist I came across is Chanmina, and that's Chanmina. And the song I heard is, I'm going to pronounce it how I think it might be, and then I'll spell it, but it's Bijin. And that's Bijin. And I don't know if that is an Asian way of saying something else, but the song is awesome. Has a great message, visually looks stunning, and again, you're welcome. But they're another, I think, a new artist, or I say new, with quotes, because any new artist, well, the way things do tend to work out, it's sort of they are a new artist that has been 10 years in the making, But I believe they're a new artist that's slept on, or has been slept on, or hopefully they won't be slept on much longer, but sort of like with Rico Nasty, where she is beginning to she's just steadily gaining her mainstream notoriety. So, let's see, what else? So some of the songs that I will rattle off, some are new, others are old, some are not as old or new. It's a Mistake by Men at Work. That is, of course, not a new song, but the version that I heard is, I think, it was sort of like a pseudo-acoustic version from, I think it's a best of album, something that they might have done reworkings of it, somewhere in the aughts, around that time, I think. Maybe even later than that, I don't know. You're All I Need to Get By, Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. That song, it just gets to me, and sometimes if I'm in that mood, or that moment, it'll make me cry. Love's Holiday, Earth, Wind, and Fire. That song, I heard it last week, and I hadn't heard it in a while, because normally a lot of the Earth, Wind, and Fire songs that are played on the radio are the typical ones that are always overplayed, and not some of their other really good ones. But Love's Holiday, I feel when I heard it, it's ooh, it stirred up something in me. There was some sort of latent memory, and I can't quite piece out why that song affects me. Number one, it's a good song, but it's sort of well, did I hear that at a house party someplace, and everybody was yeah, when a certain song comes on and everybody's feeling it, that's the sort of feeling that I'm getting from when I hear that song. So, let's see, 68 Guns, The Alarm. Again, not a new one, but at the time that I heard it, I enjoyed it. Long-Tailed Winter Bird by Paul McCartney. All I Ever Wanted or Wondered? Yeah, I think it's, All I Ever Wanted. I can't even read my writing, I'm sorry. But it's by St. Paul and the Broken Bones. Isn't It a Pity? George Harrison. That one's a beautiful song. Oh, so beautiful. He made a lot of good music when he went solo. On the Lips, J.D. McPherson. Der Rosenkavalier by Strauss. That one, that one hits me just because it's one of the operas that I worked on, and I have a lot of memories from that. It was jam-packed. And I worked on that opera when I was in Charlotte. Yeah. But, yeah, that was a lot of fun. And that's also where I, discovered hot chocolate and how hot chocolate was made back in the day. Like, it was very, very thick, and, they served them in the little, what do you call it? The demi-tasse, cups. And, so you had pretty much like your little sips of chocolate because it was so thick. And Starbucks actually came out with a run of that very briefly. Like, I think it was something that they had on their menus for maybe a few weeks to a month. Like, it was very short-lived. But so I got a couple cups of that before it just kind of vanished without a trace. And a lot of people aren't even aware of it. I mentioned it, and they're like, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, High Hopes, Panic at the Disco, Good Kisser, Lake Street Dive, which, you know, Lake Street Dive, I've yet, even though they're a new band, and I've only heard, I think, 2 songs. So far, the songs that I've heard played on the radio have been good. Anything for Boo, by the Eels, Dear Prudence, Susie and the Banshees. Need I say anything more because it's Susie and the Banshees? And what stuff don't they do that's good? So Good by Warpaint. I'm not too sure why I put that in there. I don't, maybe it was a chord that I heard in the song, or maybe my mood at the time that I heard it. Last Call, The Altons. Vienna, Ultravox. Fashion, David Bowie, because David Bowie. We're So Close, Carly Simon. That song, man, when I hear that song, it's like, it makes me understand why people were so, like, enthralled and all about Carly Simon and how I don't know, Carly Simon, I just feel like she just had people, like, just men were just, like, dripping at her feet, and just, they were just, like, they couldn't, like, bow down enough to her. And I don't say that in any sort of, like, mean or bad or bitchy way. It's just, it just, I don't know. It just seemed like she just had a life. And plus, with her being a musician and a singer, and she's blonde. So, you know, of course, men are just going to be, you know, compelled and driven to her. But hearing that song, it's like, okay, damn, your talent is definitely earned. It is a beautiful, beautiful song. Again, We're So Close, Carly Simon. One Step Ahead, Split Ends. Split Ends is just so cool. I mean, well, I know that they're not cool, but they're a great band. And I suspect that they were, like, ahead of their time and just didn't get their proper due. But, some of the, the band members have split off to form, what's the group? Crowded House. So, the music does still live on anyways. Genius of Love, Tom Tom Club, because Tom Tom Club. And a little bit of music history, if you're not aware. The two of the members who were with Talking Heads split off to form Tom Tom Club. So there you go. And I can't remember the name, but I think they were the husband and wife that were in Talking Heads that formed Tom Tom Club. And just good stuff. I mean, Genius of Love has been, like, that R&B favorite for, like, ever since it came out. Oh, love it. And Pop Life by Prince. And that is just always just up at the top of, like, if I had to, like, pick, like, top 10 Prince songs, Pop Life is up there in that top 10. And this one is the Fresh Dance Mix. I mean, I like Pop Life itself, but the extended version, just because I just love listening to that song. So the longer I can hear it play, the better. And that wraps up the podcast. And I'm just going to end, and it's going to be kind of an abrupt end because I just don't want to keep on talking too long. But I just want to express gratitude, and I want to say thank you so much for listening to me ramble on about something and nothing. And just hanging in there with me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. And feel free to check out the video clips that I put up on my YouTube channel, Mari's Golden Hour. And or if you don't want to look at that, then you can just listen to the podcast. And I am going to try to be a little bit more diligent about recording something, because I do try to put videos up and and record the podcast at least once a week, and I've been falling short. So, and it turned out to be like once a month. So, but anyway, I had tried to get this one in before the beginning of September, but I have failed in looking at the time that it is. So technically not quite August anymore, but close enough, I guess. So with that, I'm going to say thank you again and enjoy your golden hour.